This is the Elegant Oxford. We specialize and offer premium shoe shines, dyes, and artisan patinas for quality men's brands and help others to learn the art of shoe shining. Visit theelegantoxford.com for all of your shoe care needs. I'm really excited to unbox and review this pair of Carminas as the first in a review series where I'll be looking at shoes I highly recommend you check out. I want to personally thank Carmina for sending me this pair so I can share my honest thoughts about them. Carmina is a company I've been really interested in for the past year, so I'm really happy to finally own a pair. I made the mistake of brushing them off when I first heard about them, but as time has gone on, I've really grown to like them as a company and for the shoes they produce. Okay, the shoes look great straight out of the box. It's hard to beat the smell of a new pair of leather shoes. It's kind of intoxicating if I'm being honest. Okay, let's remove the paper inserts here and quickly inspect the shoes. It looks like everything is in proper order. The shoes look amazing out of the box. The color is deep and rich, and the shoe feels really sturdy and dense. Let's get some shoe trees inside before we do a quick shine on them, and then I'll start the review. Remember, shoes can sit on shelves for months before they're sold, so a little leather conditioner is always a good idea. Saphir Renovateur will get this leather looking great and will condition the leather so it's good as new. A quick mirror shine to bring it all together, and we're ready to go. The shoes look even better in real life. They're just really beautiful. I'm really blown away by the quality. Now I know it's cliche to say a shoe feels expensive, but you can just feel the quality and the weight when you handle these. I really dislike it when you buy something and you're just so excited to get it in the mail, and then it arrives and it feels kind of cheap. That's the worst. But I'm happy to report that these Carminas look and feel great. I'm especially grateful that these came in a triple E width, but for those who are wondering, a European triple E is not the same as a USA triple E. Carmina's triple E is a G width, meaning it's a wide fit, but not an extra wide fit. That would be an H width, which would be comparable to a true triple E. So unfortunately, those with very wide feet may be out of luck, but since the last Carminas are built on are so dynamic, I find that they fit the human foot a lot better. Remember, don't make my mistake and don't take your Allen Edmonds 65 last size as your true size. Shoes built on this last, like the Strand and the McAllister, just run really narrow and really long. So to compensate, most people are sized a little wider than they actually are. So if you've been sized as a triple E on the 65, you might actually not be a triple E everywhere else. I'm a triple E on the 65 last, but these G-width Carminas, the equivalent to a single E, fit me just fine. As you can see, these are Wholecut Oxfords in tan calf, but realistically, they look really amber orange. As I've matured in my sartorial journey, I found I like pale tan leather less and less, and I appreciate richer, fuller colors, even when they are on the lighter side like these. Here they are in comparison with Walnut Strands by Allen Edmonds. As you can see, the Carminas have a richer orange color that's really growing on me. Orange is a really great color that you can find in nature, so look there for inspiration on how to wear them. I'm really excited because these are my first pair of Wholecuts, and they really look much better in person than I thought. The leather is really high quality and you can just feel it. It's not thin or flimsy like some other brands, it's robust but soft and malleable. The shoes are made of really nice quality full grain calf. Now, Wholecuts aren't a new style, but recently they've made something of a resurgence and have really picked up in popularity. It's really cool because, as the name implies, it's made of one whole piece of leather with only one seam at the heel. Wholecuts are technically harder to make since you need one large piece of unblemished calf skin, while styles like cap toes or wingtips have multiple smaller pieces sewn together, which makes finding unblemished portions easier to cut out and stitch together. Since they don't have any broguing, they are a really great formal option in black, and many people use them for black tie or other formal events, but in browns, they are equally versatile and can be dressed down quite convincingly despite their formal nature. These shoes are really built on a regal last with a dynamic shape. If you look at it from the side, you'll see how beautifully contoured the last is. It's really shaped like a human foot, which allows for a better and more comfortable fit overall. These are small details I appreciate more and more as time goes on. The shoes have a soft chiseled toe, which looks great. These are a 5-eyelet Oxford, which is great. I like 6 better, but I'm not complaining at all. Another great detail I like is that the shoes are cut in a way so the eyelets fall naturally close together for a very small to no V-gap here above the vamp. It just makes the shoe look really clean and tight when the shoes are laced up. Alright, now let's move down to the sole. These are a 270-degree Goodyear welted shoe, which really allows for a tight heel right here at the back. As you can see, it really comes in close as opposed to a pair of Allen Edmonds, which feature a 360-degree Goodyear welt, which really don't come in very close to the heel at all. These are a single oak sole, but they are very sturdy. They don't feel thin or flimsy at all, which is great because a lot of companies really don't do a good job in this regard. I'm seeing thin soles that don't feel sturdy at all, but these feel solid as a rock. There's a full leather heel block, while other companies like Allen Edmonds use particle leather for their heel base before the top lift goes on, and as you can see, the edge is really smooth and well shaped. It's all even and close together, and the brown color is really rich and clean. Probably the best single oak sole I've seen so far. Okay, here at the welt you can see some pronounced and stark jimping and a good 7 to 8 stitches per inch, which is a sign of good construction. Fine details like these don't necessarily affect the shoe's longevity, but they are signs of high quality craftsmanship and attention to detail, which I think is very important when it comes to handmade items such as these. Alright, let's look at the actual sole. Forgive the slight wear marks here, I actually agreed to receive a floor model since it was in stock and ready to ship quickly. Now I really like the closed channel stitching, also called blind channel stitching. It just looks really clean and uniform. I remember when I first got into shoes, I thought shoes that didn't have stitching at the bottom meant that they were low quality, but as it turns out, some of the best pairs are Goodyear welted, but the stitches are hidden by closing the sole back over the channel once it's finished. It's a fine detail I've come to really enjoy and appreciate recently. The waist edges are rounded off here and are smoothly sanded around the shoe. It looks really impressive. Another fine detail I really appreciate. Now if you look by the toe, you'll see some tacking here, which doesn't make a huge difference on wear, but I'm sure it's not just purely for aesthetics, but it's nice to see anyway. Okay, everything on the shoe is even, good stitching everywhere and no loose grain. I'm really impressed by these if I'm being honest. Like I said already, you can just feel the quality. Sometimes when I handle shoes, when I take orders, they just feel a little flimsy and light and cheap. Okay, now I know this might upset some people, but I don't think a pair of Allen Edmonds is worth the $400 price tag. I always recommend you get them on sale because I just don't think the quality justifies the price. That doesn't mean I'm saying Allen Edmonds makes bad shoes by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a huge fan, but they are really a $200 to $250 shoe in my humble opinion, especially when you compare them to other brands in the same price range. There are a lot of great companies offering really amazing shoes for $300 to $400. If it came down to it, however, a pair of Carminas is definitely worth the money. They are not only solid, well-built shoes, but they are crafted with very fine details. Alright, in conclusion, I just want to say that Carmina is putting out some really exceptional shoes for the price. If you're thinking about moving into other higher-end shoes besides Allen Edmonds, Carmina is a perfect place to start. I really hope you've enjoyed this review, and I cannot wait to wear these. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share for more content in the future. Make sure to check out my other videos as well if you'd like to learn more about shining your shoes. Look for me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Elegant Oxford for more. Remember to care for your shoes so that they'll last you for years to come. Always put your best foot forward. The small details matter most, so don't forget to #ShineYourShoes. I'll see you next time.